Hey everyone, this is Bill, and welcome back to the channel. We are focusing on stock market investing today. I will begin with some overall commentary and then move on to an item I find of significant importance in these market conditions. Finally, I will identify a stock that fits the criteria of a strong stock, perhaps on the brink of challenging for new highs. The turmoil in the markets has been most interesting. I know it's March Madness, but what is going on causing this bumpy ride? Well, the suits are seemingly finding the retail investor increasingly adverse for some odd reason. Another group of investors are finding the increase in the 10-year concerning, some specifically focusing on the velocity of change that has been witnessed. Another round of stimulus was passed and more is expected, but the Biden administration is off to a somewhat shaky start and many investors are concerned at levels of uncertainty and the prospect of an increasing tax burden. And then, if that is not enough, a cargo ship has run aground, blocking the Suez Canal. We already have a shortage of computer chips, and while I'm not exactly sure what products are actually on the cargo ship causing the issue, some 300 ships are waiting outside the canal for the canal to be cleared. This will no doubt cause delays in shipping for a various array of products, causing a shortage in supply which results in higher or inflated prices. But as we make moves to make our supply chain much more efficient as a result of the deficiencies brought to light in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the blockage of the canal will be a short-term phenomenon. Now, like most everyone else, I am sure, my portfolio has taken a beating over the last several weeks. Unless you excelled at timing the market and got out, most of you are still in and experiencing similar issues. I note this because I actually moved up in the tip ranks rankings this week, which I found surprising given that I got clobbered all week and am a good 25% off my all-time highs. I am sure I am not alone, as I hold some stocks that have yet to realize their potential, and I have a handful of SPACs. But as I have mentioned in a previous video, I do hold a core of 3 stocks, including Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, and Berkshire Hathaway, which represent about 18% of my overall portfolio. While each of these stocks can engage in a downdraft, certainly, they usually fare better than some others, as they are more mature companies with somewhat stable earnings. I find it important that a portfolio has a collection of these kind of companies. In the evaluation of a stock, a measurement tool I find most effective, especially in these kind of market conditions, is relative strength. This identifies how a stock holds up in relation to its peers. A high relative strength rating can identify a strong stock. Let's take, for example, C3AI, a recent IPO with much fanfare. A seemingly timely story and sound fundamentals accompany the company, but in this sell-off, this stock has performed miserably. The stock, as measured by Investors Business Daily, has a relative strength rating of only 1. Given this data, I would certainly hold off on investing in C3.ai until the downtrend is confirmed as broken. Conversely, I have identified a stock which I own shares of and have spoke about briefly in previous videos that has a very strong relative strength rating. In fact, presently, it is only down about 13% off of its 52-week high. That stock is InMode, which trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol INMD. Let's learn more about InMode. InMode is an Israeli-based company engaging in, quote, aesthetic treatments for the face, body, skin, and women's health and wellness, end quote. They describe themselves as taking doctors and patients to the next level in the following manner. Quote, InMode is a leading global provider of innovative and award-winning medical technologies that focuses on well-being and life-changing results. InMode develops, manufactures, and markets platforms that harness novel radio frequency, RF, based technology that strives to enable new, emerging, minimally invasive procedures and improve existing surgical procedures. InMode's innovative technologies provide superior results for your patients, end quote. The company notes, quote, InMode's technological advancements began over 2 decades ago with state-of-the-art light, laser, and radio frequency devices invented by leading doctors and scientists who essentially launched and shaped the industry. Our technology continues that legacy to provide superior satisfaction for both the patient and the practice, end quote. Checking the recent stock performance, the company has been basing in a range from about $65 to $77 a share, currently sitting at $67.71 per share. The strongest volume has been on green days, and even in the recent downdraft, the stock has held up nicely with only 1 distribution day. Investors Business Daily gives the company very strong ratings across the board, with InMode receiving a composite rating of 96. 10 days ago, IBD highlighted InMode as a top medical stock to watch, noting, quote, InMode has a 5-year compound earnings growth rate of 184%. In Q4, earnings per share soared 104% as sales increased 60%. Profit fell in the first 2 quarters of 2020 as consumers avoided going to clinics due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but earnings growth recovered in Q3 with a 26% increase, end quote. The article states, quote, the stock is well extended from a $48.98 buy point of a large cup and handle and rebounded off the 10-week line. The latest base was a first stage after a reset, which means the stock could have room to run. Leading growth stocks tend to make their biggest advance out of early stage bases, end quote. From Kelly Dodd and Brawwyn Wyndham Burke of the Housewives of Orange County to famed performer Paula Abdul, there are a host of celebrity users of the products InMode produces. As reported in Investors Business Daily, Abdul, a so-called brand ambassador, says she uses InMode's devices called Body Tight and Face Tight. Let's hear from Miss Abdul.
Of course, fitness and a healthy lifestyle are so important in my daily routine. But also what really keeps my skin and body revitalized is InMode's technology. It's created that sleek, glowing look without any invasive surgery, keeping me feeling just as youthful from the outside as I do feel on the inside.
Folks, the average age of our population is increasing as the baby boomers advance in age. With the strong lineup of products InMode houses, coupled with their strong revenue growth, with profitability outperforming the majority of their peers in a strong market sell-off, I find the stock is most attractive. I do own the stock, and I have recently added to my position. Perhaps the stock is a candidate for your portfolio, after, of course, you perform your own due diligence, or maybe you already own it. Drop us some comments on your thoughts about the company and the stock. We'd love to hear about it. Anyway, let's hope we can get back to some greener pastures on the corner of Wall and Broad real soon. As we conclude, please help us out by liking our video and subscribing to our page. We sure would appreciate it. Thank you so very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.